No doubt that people in this day and age can be very judgmental of others. Many people seem to get an image of a certain type of person based on small things like hair colour, the weight of a person or their height, and even by one's nationality. And Filipinas are not exempt to this, and in fact have to put up with some people who may see them a certain way due to many widely spread stereotypical beliefs. We hear all the time from so-called experts in the field of psychology who'll say a person becomes a product of their environment. So what that means is simply the person's family and experiences as they grow older will make that person who she is, whether it be bad or good. We all know that the Philippines is rather a tough country with many people living in poverty. So does this mean that a Filipina who grew up in poverty should be seen any less as a Filipina who grew up in a more affluent family? Just quickly, if you're enjoying our channel, feel free to subscribe for all future videos. So what about Filipinas who may not have been able to finish school due to needing to help out their family to earn money, or for her to help to look after a sick loved one? Does that mean that she can never learn and go on to better herself if her circumstances changed in the future? Make no mistake, poverty makes people do things that they most likely would never have done if they had a good job and regular money coming in, no matter what country in the world you come from. So when a foreign man who has never had to struggle for anything in his life looks to date a Filipina, will he allow her past to dictate her future? What I mean here is that when he starts chatting to her and finds out that she comes from a poor family, will he automatically think to himself that she's only after him for his money? Or when she tells him that she couldn't finish school because she had to care for her sick parents or to help the family business so they can all eat, will he automatically think that she's only looking at him as a meal ticket for her and her family? And perhaps once she turns 18 or 19, she's ventured out to the big cities in desperation to find employment, to get a decent paying job to help out her family. Her intentions at that time were very honourable, and she may have given her family great hope that she will succeed and the family's lives would change for the better. And you can be very sure that's a heavy load for a young and inexperienced Filipina to carry. So she arrives in the big city only to find out that getting paid employment for a province girl who never finished school is almost impossible, and no matter where she goes looking for work, she gets told the same story. This young Filipina starts thinking and worrying about how she'll be able to get money for food, where she'll live, and how she feels that she'll be disappointing her family. All us privileged people who have lived in a developed country and have never really wanted for much, just stop and think for one moment. How would this young Filipina, inexperienced in life, who was so optimistic in changing things around for her family, be feeling at that time after a few weeks of rejection? She no doubt is becoming rather desperate and losing any hope, but she also knows in her mind that she can never face a family unless she has a good paying job, simply because she can't stand to disappoint them and see them keep struggling in life. This girl had hopes and dreams like anyone else, but she's fast finding out that when one grows up in poverty, it's so very hard to escape no matter how hard one may try. Simply, in the Philippines for many, her past does certainly dictate her future where gaining meaningful employment is concerned. So many employers will state in their job ads, applicants must have at least finished high school, but more often they require applicants to have finished college or hold a university degree. This is where the cycle of poverty becomes so hard to escape, and the realisation for this young girl is now hitting her very hard. A girl like I describe here is very common in the Philippines, and they would rather do anything than for her and her family to stay in poverty. This young woman realises one thing, and that is that she's reasonably attractive and has found out in her time in Manila that girls like her can make rather good money from being a bar girl. At first, she resists the idea because it's against everything she believes in, but eventually, out of desperation for a better life, she decides to give it a try. Some of these girls may do it for a night and find they can't do it anymore, and so they return home feeling as though they've disappointed their family. But many more will stay as a bar girl simply because the money is good, and some also go into the world of being an escort, where they know foreign men in particular will pay good money for her services. And of course, she won't be telling her family what she's really doing in the city, and will make a cover story around a legitimate job. But make no mistake, none of us, unless we've lived this young woman's life, can ever say for sure what we would have done if we were in the same situation. So what about you? If you were looking for a Filipina to date and possibly become your wife, and she was honest enough to open up and tell you a story very similar to this one, would you judge her and allow her past to dictate her future? Or would you be more open to understanding and be prepared to see for yourself what sort of person she really is? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. And check out the playlist on screen now if you're looking for more information and tips around dating a Filipina. Thanks for watching, stay safe and take care.